We have been together around 5 years and living together 4 years. So in the beginning, I didn't know his status. He didn't know mine. Like
I
right
knew.
now.
Like, you did? I did.
Well, I didn't disclose that, but the part of having the same status help us to remind us to take the pill. Last week I ran out of pills, but we take the same pill. So I'm like, do you have some? Because I don't.
I mean, it just reminds you of the path, reminds you of the journey. I'm grateful that that he's by my side.
I think there are a lot of barriers, and I have seen it myself since I just got to this country. I didn't know, first of all, that there were some programs, that they were available for me. But also, podría decir que tiene que ver con la cultura, la religión y todo el ambiente que se vive en nuestras culturas. Entonces llegamos el tabú de hablar de la sexualidad.
At least in my line of work, I get to see these Latinos having the same issues. Like when they're trying to really figure out who they are, in regards of gender or sexuality. It doesn't matter if they just arrived yesterday or they've been in the country for many years. I know a lot of my own clients, from my line of work, that a lot of them are actually like 50, 60 years old, and they're still waiting for their parents to like not be here, to like pass away, in order for them to actually live freely. The stigma and shame when I became HIV positive was huge for me, because my family was very religious. So church was a really big part of my life. Ever since I came to the States, I think it was one of the few places where actually I felt safe. I really loved being part of that community. But the fact that I was gay and that I knew I was gay was always in conflict with that spiritual world, right? So I knew that there was something I couldn't talk about, there was something I couldn't say. I knew that the day that I would say, oh, you know what, I'm gay, or I like men, that was the end of it. That's like, that's when this is over. So when I had to really face that, the part of coming out and then having to, I feel like in a way separate from God. That's how I felt. Like I had to separate myself from God. It was difficult. It was difficult. I think it's something that took me, I want to say, like a decade to really like come back to feel like I could pray again, to feel like I could that God was listening to my prayers, that I was worthy of talking to God. I remember the first time I once intended to pray again. It was it brought so many tears to me, because it brought me back to that young man that felt safe and that felt at peace. For all those 10, 15 years, I hadn't felt at peace. I hadn't felt that I was human, I guess, in a way. And so when I finally was able to work through that and feel like, no, I deserve to be happy. It's okay to be gay. It's okay to love another man. It's okay to just be who you are, and say that in a prayer or confront God in a way with that. Like, what's your problem with me? It's like, what did I do? So definitely, yeah, this cultural aspects of the one from religion had a big impact when I first came out.
I found out that I was HIV positive in 2013. My idea of HIV was Freddie Mercury. It was too much. En ese momento era muy difícil poder procesar una noticia de ese calibre. Para mí era muerte, era un sinónimo de que no tenía ninguna esperanza para nada. Entonces, por mucho tiempo no regresé a servicios de salud porque mi idea, una vez más, era que los servicios eran solamente para ciudadanos de los Estados Unidos o residentes documentados, personas que tienen documentos. En ese momento yo no tenía un estatus migratorio regulado, entonces fue muy complicado. Estaba en este país solamente con una tía, toda mi familia en México. La presión de saber que yo había sido diagnosticado, no podía decirle a mis papás, me llamaban, ¿cómo estás? Estaba quebrado totalmente, estaba roto por una parte de no saber cómo manejar la situación. En ese periodo me envolví en drogas, que no sabía cómo lidiar con eso. Entonces, it was really, really hard because my thought was, I'm gonna die, so I'm gonna die anyways, right? I'm gonna be gone soon, hopefully soon, and sooner than later. And that was so sad because I didn't have the information. I didn't have all the education that I have now, and that I, thrive in my I'm empowered with my status right now. But yeah, it was definitely really, really hard.
I first found out that I was HIV positive in 2005. So it's been a while. I had never actually used my medical insurance from work. I had never gone to a doctor. I got the card, but I actually never visited until I started getting ill, and there was this infection that just wouldn't go away. So I go to this doctor. I tell him what's going on. He runs some tests, and then so he tells me that he's going to do an HIV test. I'm like, okay. And then it comes up positive. And my immediate thoughts, they go to, at this point, I'm in the last year of college, and my immediate thoughts go to planning my funeral. So I'm like, I need to pay all my credit cards. I need to make sure that I figure out how am I going to cover all these funeral expenses. I don't want to leave any debt to my parents. So I forget about homework, I forget about finals, I forget about everything else. I'm like, I'm going to die anyways. So my immediate thoughts just go there. I go see this specialist. He gives me a prescription. Like I said, I've never been to a doctor, so I'm thinking, do I just go to the pharmacy and they'll give me this? So I exit the clinic, and I'm just wandering around downtown LA, and I remember just thinking, I need to go to a place that I didn't want to go, which was the LGBT center. I was trying to avoid any type of connection to the LGBT community. I was like, no. I was like, if I go there, everyone's gonna know that I'm gay. If they see me walking in, if they see me coming out, but I knew that they would know what to do, right? So there was this amazing person that I only saw him that day, but to me, that person is in my mind, right? And then he told me that I was not gonna die, that I was gonna be okay, that go to this place, and then he sent me to a support group, and immediately as I walked into this place, people were just laughing. People were just cracking jokes, they were just making fun of each other, and I'm like, okay, so these people have HIV, like, and they're enjoying themselves, right? And they're like, so by the end of that day, I think I felt like I'm gonna be fine. At least I'm not gonna die. So I think at that point, just a breath of fresh air just came into my lungs, into my life, and I was like, okay, I think it's gonna be good, right? So, and now that I work somehow within the field, I'm just grateful for places like that.